Hey, what's up guys? Tim Muriello, you know it. So this is a very interesting subject, and it is definitely with controversy and complete debate. Here's the thing, man. Let me tackle one portion of this first, and that's, can you die from too much protein consumption? 100%. 100% you can drop freaking dead from protein consumption. It affects a lot of different organs when you eat too much, and one of those organs primarily that gets affected and can cause some issues would be your kidneys. So if you have one kidney, if your doctor told you you have weak kidneys, if you're worried about your kidney health, a super high protein diet may not be ideal for you. And if you want to live. You know, it's very interesting about protein consumption, because I get a lot of people that, I even had one guy today, he's like, hey man, you know, I weigh this much, am I really supposed to be eating 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight? I mean, that's freaking almost 400 grams of protein. How am I supposed to do that? You know, it's a very common question that I get. And you know, it's hard to answer, because in a lot of respects, yeah, there's some good research that shows when you're eating a high level of protein, it's linked, there's a direct relationship to the amount of gains you are getting. Gains meaning strength and sheer lean muscle mass. Let me interject this. Some of y'all think you're eating 300 grams of protein or whatever number that is, when you're really not eating that much. You're eating incomplete sources of protein. So if you're looking at your vegetables and a lot of different things and you're seeing a protein count there, don't add that to your macros, because that is not a complete protein that can maintain or build muscle. I just wanted to get that out of the way, because that's another question that I get again. So again, with protein, backpedaling, going back, piggybacking on that, you know, it's very interesting, because again, there's great research that shows if you're on a high protein diet, you can gain more muscle, more gains. But there's always some drawbacks. There's always some different situations to that could cause trouble. It's hard to eat, number one, all that protein. It's very expensive, and a lot of times for a lot of people, eating that much protein does cause health problems, bloat, digestion problems, for real, digestion problems. And on top of that, it's hard to assimilate that much protein. That's why a lot of people are using fiber, a lot of people are using probiotics, prebiotics, and digestive enzymes. It's just generally hard on your body. Now, I was a huge Natural Somebody fan. Natural Somebody, man, one of the greatest bodybuilders to ever live, an Egyptian bodybuilder. They call him the uncrowned Mr. Olympia. And I remember, I mean, I used to follow this brother like a T, bro. Listen, I had the Nasser videos, dude. I was like, that's my era, okay? Natural Somebody, Dorian Yates, that's my era. Okay, I'm just making it clear with you, okay? And I used to follow so much what Nasser said. And I remember what he said, I mean, anywhere from calf training to shoulder training, all kind of different things. I remember what he said about protein. He said in the off season, he eats so much carbohydrates, so many carbohydrates, that he was only eating 100 grams of protein a day in the off season. Now, obviously, when you're natural, that might not work for you. When you're on a lot of drugs that are super multiplying and magnifying your body's ability to turn protein and synthesize it into muscle mass, that's a different story. But I just thought I'd share that with you. It's very interesting. I was reading something from Mario Pasquale. He's one of my favorite nutritionists, dietary guys, whatever, dietitians. You know, trainer to world-class, top level, some of the best athletes in the entire world. And I was reading an article by Mario, I think it's D. Pasquale actually, and he was talking about how he was at a roadblock, he was at a hurdle, he was at a wall, brick wall, where he couldn't gain any more muscle. And somebody came to him, I think it was Milos Sarkev, came to him and said, listen, you need to, I know you're eating a lot of protein, you just need to eat more protein. And they increased his dietary protein, like I think it was like maybe 100 more grams, I don't know the exact number, 100 more grams a day. And he said, Mario said, man, his freaking muscle gains went through the plateau and he started really gaining a lot new muscle that way. So, you know, it's a toss-up, man. I mean, again, digestion, hard on your system, expensive, hard to eat, but again, you got the muscle gains. You know, really hard to say, man. I don't know how vegans do it, bro. I don't know how vegans do it. I mean, yeah, there's vegans that gain muscle and they got to do little tricky stuff for their diet to gain muscle from, you know, non-meat sources of protein, but I don't know how they do it, man, because really, dude, I mean, that's what worked for me. That's what worked for Dorian Yates. All bodybuilders all over the world is what? You know, I mean, it's not rocket science. They all have been eating super high protein diets, and that's how they've been able to maintain and build muscle mass. There are some pro bodybuilders that are vegan. I mean, none that I know that have been top 10 Mr. Olympia, you know, probably just some pros. I think I've heard of a couple too, but very difficult situation. So yes, you can die from too much protein. You can make some major gains from eating a lot of protein. You want to be careful, man. You want to be careful. Listen, I'm a dude on YouTube. I am the fitness and supplement expert, but as a disclaimer, check with your nutritionist, check with a licensed dietitian, check with your doctor. I'm being serious, man. I'm being serious. Your doctor might run some tests and be like, look, man, your kidneys can't take it. A lot of people are eating so much protein, they're eating too much protein, and they're actually getting fat from the protein. Man, that's a whole nother video. You know what I'm talking about? That's a whole nother video, man. I don't know if I got it within me to cover all that, man. That's deep, okay? Deeper than deep. That's a lot, man, but people are getting fat from eating too much protein. Me personally, I'm not really a super hungry person. Unfortunately, I have a sweet tooth, man, so I do wrestle with that from time to time, especially my cereal, okay? But protein is really hard for me to eat. It's hard for me to eat 400 freaking grams of protein a day. I personally, just being honest, transparent, see-through, letting you know honestly, I eat roughly around 1 gram of protein a day. That's what works for me. That's what works for my diet. But also keep in mind, I do specialize in nutrient timing with carbohydrates, and that has really worked to my advantage, not eating a ton of protein. Some guys can't eat a ton of protein, man. It's freaking it's not just the digestion and all the other crap, it's just freaking gets stank after a while. Chicken, beef, pork, you know, whey protein. You know what I mean? Now, I think the chick that died, you know, the chick that was in the news that died, I think she was eating a lot of whey protein. And yeah, definitely, man, I don't know how much she took, but you know, I've heard of dudes taking 100 grams of whey protein post-workout. I think that's too much. I don't think your body's gonna be able to assimilate, even post-workout, even at a super heavy body weight. I don't think you're gonna be able to assimilate 100 freaking grams of whey protein right after you work out. I think you're gonna get sick, bloated, feel like crap. It's gonna go to adipose tissue, and again, you're gonna feel like garbage. I think it's a waste of your money too. So there's some narrative, some topics, some commentary, some editorial on protein consumption in general. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. I need you to do me a favor. Listen, stop, pause, do me a favor. I want you to go in the comments. I need this. I need you to let me know what you would like to see videos on. If it has anything to do with drama, synthol, and calling people out, don't comment. I mean that respectfully, homies, all right? I mean it respectfully, but you know, something about nutrition, lifestyle, training, things like that. Let me know in the comments some subject matter that you would like me to touch on. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, check out my Spasmatic ground coffee and my Spasmatic pre-workout. I'll talk to you guys next time.